After a few weeks in the cheese dairy, the Comté are brought to one of the 20 aging cellars that are spread all over the area.
The aging process is really critical for the development of the flavors, the texture, the quality of Comté. When the young wheels arrive at the affineur, where they will be aged, they are whitish in color, they're very supple, the aromas are very fresh, very lactic, the paste is somewhat grainy. With aging, all of this is going to change. So these wheels progressively become firm, the crust on the Comtés develop, and the more the aromas will evolve to nutty, spicy, more assertive flavors. For the affineur, there are many details they need to pay attention to make sure the cheese evolves slowly and properly without developing cracks or defects.
This cheese comes from the fruitière each month or twice a month according to the size of the fruitière. We have small fruitière who produce 5 cheese a day and bigger one who produce 30, 40 a day.
There are about 170 fruitières in the Comté region, and each fruitière has its own characteristics. And as a result, the Comtés from each fruitière are distinctive from the Comté from another fruitière. Also, Comtés are different day after day after day after day, with marked differences from one season to another based on what the cows eat.
Each fruitière has a special mark, 39 FO. It's the letter of the fruitière. This cheese was produced in September 09. The day of making is 15, and here we can see the number of the batch, 390, 9 for the month, and 2 because it's the second collect in the month. And like that, we can follow the cheese in all the ripening process.
Now you can see some robots in the aging cellar taking care of the cheese the way people would do, and even better.
The robot turn over the cheese, put dry salt and brush the rind.
C'est plus facile à la machine. Donc ça c'est un métier très pénible. C'est pour ça que ces métiers très difficiles, on a observé de très près comment on travaillait, et puis on a inscrit ça dans des programmes, dans des automates pour refaire manuellement, mais très respectueusement sur chaque fromage. Ça, quelqu'un qui travaillait bien avant pouvait faire 1000 fromages comme ça.
We want to keep tradition, but not being old people. So it's tradition with a kind of modernity.
During the ripening process of the Comtés, the affineur will decide the best ambience, if you like, for the wheels. Within the aging facilities, there are caves that are warmer than others. There are caves where the humidity is slightly different, and therefore the wheels will be transferred from cellars to cellars during the aging process. Each wheel of Comté has a life of its own. No 2 wheels will age in exactly the same way, even if they are in the same cellar at the same moment. So the affineurs really master all these elements to bring the young wheel of Comté to its peak.
The rind is very important because it will be the protection of the cheese during 4 months to 2 years or more.
And on the rind, on the shelves, we have flora. And this flora, it's important because it defines the character of the cheese and influence the maturing process.
You must understand that while the wheels of Comté are sitting on the shelves, very important chemical reactions take place inside the cheese. The 2 best known are the propionic fermentation and the other being proteolysis. And what this means is that the proteins inside the cheese change, and turn into amino acids especially. And also the aromas transform.
The color of the cheese change. We see the white cheese, the fromage en blanc, and this cheese who are 3 months. And after all the cheese, the color is changing according the time in the cellar.
And this is how we go from very fresh lactic aromas to aromas that are very complex of nuts. You can find caramel notes, you can find roasted onion notes, etc.
During all that time in the maturing cellar, the cellar master will check the Comté just to feel if the aging is going well. So he's using a kind of hammer and is knocking on the wheel just to hear about holes or cracks that would form into the paste. And he will take a small bite of the cheese just to control also the texture and also the aromas. When the wheels are ready to sail, he's checking the quality of the wheel. He's giving a grade to the wheel. The grade is based on the taste, the variety of aromas, the general presentation and the texture of the cheese. Before 12, it's not a Comté, so it can't have the name of Comté. Between 12 and 14, it will be a regular Comté and it will affix brown label. If he thinks that the quality is over 14, then it's a Comté extra and he will affix a green label. Each wheel is unique and each wheel has different aromas. It has been made by different people. The milk of the day is different from the milk of tomorrow. It's all a question of diversity and unicity.
The affinage, it's not secret, no secret. It's just thousands of detail from the soul to the consumer through the cave d'affinage.